Well, somebody in the comments asked me about backstop, or bullet trap is what he referred to it as. And I've shown this before, and I thought I'd explain what I got going on here. This is down on my range. That's good for 100 yards. But what I have here, it's railroad ties dug back into the sandbank. So there's a big high hill behind it. And I've got particle board on the front that I put the targets on. Then there's particle board in the back that holds the sand back. So the bolts will go through both particle board pieces and then stop in that sand. And then every once in a while I tear that apart. Because eventually that inside one gets tore up, and then it starts filtering sand and lead down here. And every time it rains, I come along and pick out all the lead. So I keep using it over and over. But throw it over here in a pile, and then whenever I want to go through it again, I will. They'll melt that down. Especially, like these 45 ACP. I mean, they're pretty good size. I think that is a 4570, but it's a jacketed bolt, so that has to be from quite a while ago. And those 45 ACP, going in that sand, they don't even mushroom whatsoever. They don't flatten out a bit. Whereas you get something at a higher speed, they'll really flatten out. Yeah, 351. Now that's got to be old Mosin. But I get a lot of lead that way. Because like I say, it just keeps filtering down. And when I take the two panels off, then I go and rake that sand out of there for back a couple of feet, and get that all out here, sort out screen out the bullets, then dump the sand back over. So I don't lose a lot of lead. If you get a wild shot, it'll end up at a railroad tie, but I can usually keep them, on that square. And once in a while I do have to replace the railroad ties. I have had some of them, because what I'm using is old. They're oak, but they're old. And you start driving bullets into them, eventually they just crack up. But I've got spares to replace them with. But that is how I catch bullets. So I don't, I hate that. Like if I take the Thompson out someplace where I can't catch the bullets, I keep thinking, oh man, lead, a lot of lead flying, that I'll never get back, or even the 4570. But the Thompson particularly, you will go through a lot of lead that you aren't going to get again. Though the one on the 500 yard range, there is a big sand hill behind it, and every time it rains there, I can go and pick up bullets, so I always find, you lose some, but I recover a good percentage of them.